You are the big dog. Everybody back there knows it. Everybody out here still kind of trying to figure it out. They go back and forth with you because when they look at you, they see what I see. A cheap-ass, corporately created John Cena bootleg. He ain't the guy. Dude, you're just a guy. A guy trying so desperately to fill shoes that you never will. And the reason you won't sign that is because you know if you do, your Roman Empire.
They boo you because first of all, you suck. And second of all, it's because they see right through you. You're a phony. You're a yes man who can learn how to do anything or be anything. So if you wrap all that up, you're just a fake. Not only that, he's a part-time and fake. And I'll be damned if I don't bust my ass Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every single week so you can hang out on the Today Show. Then jump on his big old bus. And hell, maybe I'll come to a WWE show if they pay me enough. But what are you really gonna do, John? What are you gonna do, huh? You're gonna jump off that bus with that big shovel. That's what you're gonna do, and you're gonna bury as much young talent as you can. But the thing is, the reason why you don't like me, what irritates you about me, you can't bury me, John. So now tell me this. Why would I want to lessen myself, my legacy, my bloodline to be the next John Cena when I can be the one and only Roman Reigns?
You waltz down here and use the same pathetic excuse that every other single person before you has done. You, with all your gifts and all your opportunities, you have the gall to blame me. You gotta blame me. Fine, I've been hearing that racket for 10 years and I ain't tired yet. I'm strong enough. I've been called a lot worse by a lot tougher. I was honored and privileged to earn the United States title at this stage in my career and use it as a beacon of opportunity to introduce new superstars to the WWE like Kevin Owens and AJ Styles, just to name a few. You took the U.S. title as a demotion. And you stand there and blame me. Fine, I blame you. I'm still here because you can't do your job. When it comes to this yard, you probably haven't learned it yet. There's only one rule: step up or step aside. And over the years, there's been a few to step up, but nobody to ever keep up. And then I finally hear about this one guy, the Roman Reigns, the one that can keep up. And now I look at you and I listen to you. You should be ashamed I'm a part-timer, because I can do this part-time better than you could ever do it full-time.
You are listening to Kayfabe Talk Radio. Kayfabe Talk Radio.
All right, everybody. Wednesday morning. Welcome to this edition of Kayfabe Talk Radio. I am Eric the Writer, joined along with, as always,
J.R. Earls
and
Mr. Bonesaw.
Wow. Geez, that was.
I know you're half dead, Earl.
I am, but that was the cutest work shoot I've ever heard in my life. That's adorable. And you know for a fact that it's got to be a work because, first of all, neither one of them's tougher than a minute. So, that's hilarious. So who is? Are they? I mean, I'm assuming Cena is. Who's the U.S. champ? Is there a U.S. champion? Because I mean, they didn't actually make that point clear.
No. There's no belt. The U.S. title's on SmackDown.
There's no belt, but they're talking about the United States title like it's.
No, he's making fun of the fact of that he was a champion. He was making the point of Roman doesn't do anything with the opportunities.
I got that. It's just the way that they were talking. It's like you would think that the belt was at stake. You know, if they're wrestling, if they're just wrestling just to wrestle, why all the hype? Just put them in the ring and be done with it. I mean, they don't have to do all this crazy shit. I mean, this was a wasted opportunity for the WWE. One of them, preferably Cena, should have been over as a champion, and to put Roman over, because Roman is going to go over in this match. You can tell. Yeah, and and I understand why they're doing it, how they're doing it. They're doing it to kind of like push the young lion against the old lion, and now Cena's the old lion where he used to be the young lion, and does anybody remember when he came down to the ring and attacked Kurt Angle?
Yeah.
And it was funny too because while you were playing that, I was trying to find it on YouTube, and I found a little bit of it, and Kurt was actually in the ring. So he was
laughing
really
his ass
ironic.
off the whole time.
Yeah, I mean, I'll bet you the one thing going through his mind was, oh, memories. It was, I remember when this fuck was doing this to me. So yeah, that's,
you know what though, somebody addressed it earlier this week. You know what I don't like about it? Honestly, I don't like the idea that WWE is just gonna address the problems that they have with their top superstars in the company, and rather than do anything about it, they're just gonna make a storyline about it and continue to do the same business as usual and not change anything.
Right.
Reigns is not over, and they're just gonna keep trying to get him over as business as usual, and act like nothing fucking matters.
Yeah, because he's not over, not even a little bit. And going out there and insulting John Cena, well, hell, everyone and his brother's done that, so that's not going to get you over either. So, John Cena will insult himself. He doesn't care. And, I think Cena, from the beginning, knew he was just lucky to be there. Because I remember before he was anything famous, he was doing a television show for Vince McMahon. They pulled him out of, I want to say it was APW out in California, as the prototype.
And Samoa Joe is there too.
Yeah. But what I mean is that they pull him out from APW out of Cali. He still had that prototype haircut, and they turned him into this this bounty hunter thing. Vince McMahon had a television show.
Right.
And I was like, oh, okay, that's what they did with the prototype. Oh, all right, so they made him an actor. Okay, cool. And then, I think it was 2 months later, he comes out and does the whole ruthless aggression thing. And I went, oh, there he is.
Yeah, that's the prototype.
Yeah, that was, I swear to God, that was my reaction. It was like with the Montreal thing. I was like, oh, that's what they're doing. When I seen him, I was like, oh, there he is. And I was watching it with a friend of mine, like, there who is? I said, oh, he was the prototype for a while. And they're like, oh, yeah, I remember seeing him on that one thing. I was like, yeah, so, Anyway.
Yeah.
Hi.
Anyway. Yes, but,
he's less dead now.
Yeah, he... Well, don't kayfabe us, Bobby. We know that you were sleeping. It's okay.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, I was, but I don't feel well, but yeah, I was asleep. Cold medicine is drugs are beautiful.
Oh, yeah. And speaking of that somewhat...
We fully endorse drugs.
I mean...
Oh, yes. Yeah. In the words of my mother, there was no hope without dope. So, You know.
Damn. Well, but yes.
Kids, take your drugs and don't say your prayers.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna.
You had to go and quote Hogan. You fuck, didn't you?
Damn right.
Oh, we'll talk about him later. We'll talk about him.
You and Braun Strowman can both kiss my ass. Go ahead.
Well, but anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of drugs and what things like that you're gonna need, I'm gonna need a hell of a lot of Percocets next week, and also I will not be on here for everyone listening next week. Unfortunately, I gotta get my wisdom teeth out. And the way it's set up, I gotta get 2 teeth in front of them because they're cracking, and half of them already cracked. So I'm gonna be in a lot of pain, and I'm gonna be. It'll be already the 5th day next week by Wednesday that they're out, but I don't want to risk getting dry socket, and I'll be more prone to it since I'll have 2 back teeth missing on each side. So I'm just gonna lay low, and you guys thankfully will be on here talking. So.
Yeah, we got you, man. But yeah, I gotta tell you, brother, and I wanted to tell I don't know if I told Pat, but man, you're tougher than Rambo because of how you're having this done. Damn.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? If there's any suggestion I can make to anyone out there who's under the age of 25 and whatever, if you got your wisdom teeth and they eventually are going to have to come out, I would get it done as soon as possible. Because, the older you get, the worse it's just going to be. I don't have any pain, but it's more of, insurance reasons why, I'm getting 2 done at the same time because, I'm almost 26 already, so.
Right. Well, it's weird because I'm 40 and I've never had them taken out, and I've never had an issue with them. I've had teeth removed, of course, but I've never had those taken out. And, every time I do see a dentist, they check and they go, well, you're okay there. And all right. Because I never really give it a thought. But I've had a lot of friends that's had them taken out. And that's why I made the off-color joke last week when you told us about it, because I love to watch them videos of the people waking up from that surgery because they're always so funny. And then you told me you're not going to be waking up because you're going to be awake for the whole thing.
Yeah, because I'll kayfabe this as much as possible. Basically, my insurance will not cover getting the they won't cover me getting the going to sleep. So I'm not paying it. To some it's not a lot, but to me it is. That's all I could say. And I'm not paying it. So I'm like, all right, I'll deal with the pressure. I'll just deal with being numb and if I could miraculously fall asleep on my own, whatever. Yeah. But I just that's
you know what might help you, Bubby?
Captain Crunch.
No, I was thinking put in your earbuds and just listen to music, and of course they're gonna dope you up so you're nice and silly anyway. So just try and relax that way, even though you know what's gonna happen. The best part is you know what's gonna happen, so you don't have to worry about the anticipation of it happening.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I'm probably just gonna do that. Just have my headphones in, let them do what they gotta do, and it shouldn't. And according to the guy, he said it shouldn't be long either. So
I figured by now they'd have that down to a science. At least they should.
No, the guy at work, he had the same procedure done. But then they fucked up and they cracked his tooth, so it took about an hour.
Shit.
Man, that just sounds painful.
Yeah, they cracked it. They cracked it into a bunch of different pieces.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's pretty bad. Yeah, so they can butcher you. But you'll be fine, Eric. You'll be fine.
Yeah, it only hurt for a month. You're fine.
Yeah, no, his mouth just swole up to the size of a grapefruit.
Yeah, you might be able.
So good.
You may be able to drink soup if you're lucky. You'll be okay. You know.
A month later.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Pat, we're in for it if we ever have to have anything done. He's gonna be like, "Oh, guess what's gonna happen to you?" You know.
Oh, cool.
You're damn right.
Guess what? He's probably gonna look like Conor McGregor after that fight.
Oh! Yeah, I saw the highlights of that on YouTube, and I was laughing my ass off.
Why was it like? Okay, it just seemed like someone like they it was all work, but like no one gave that page to Mayweather because he was actually tagging him legitimately.
Oh, he was beating the shit out of him.
No, Conor McGregor was oh yeah, we're doing kayfabe.
Yeah, and McGregor's going, no, we ain't.
No, we ain't, fella.
Yeah, no, we're not, fella.
Conor McGregor was the one doing kayfabe. He was the one not tagging him whatsoever.
Oh yeah.
No,
yeah.
He was just getting the God. Mayweather was
that's right. Yeah, because he had those shots.
Just making him his bitch, man.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if for those who have me on Facebook, I made a post that immediately is what I feel like it is what it is. I wrote, I love the fact that now we as wrestling fans can say to all the boxing fans, you like that fight, didn't you? How does it feel to pay $100-something for something that's not real?
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah,
that fight was fake as shit. That fight was fake as shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, and then you know what? If you say anything to like boxing fans, they're like, "Oh, well, like we know a fake fight when we see it."
Mm-hmm.
We're wrestling fans. We know.
Exactly.
We know like the behind the scenes. Like you Jamarks don't fucking know a fake fight if it bit you in the ass because you think everything's because they force feed everything down to them. Boxing is a bigger work than than wrestling ever was.
Oh, yeah. I mean, where do you think wrestling got the idea?
Sure.
I mean, come on, let's be honest. I mean, it's always been that way. Boxing has always been fake, has always been, faked and predetermined. The thing is, though, okay, let me ask you guys this, because this to me is funny. You can still bet on boxing. You can still make money on boxing. And you can still, make a considerable amount of money on boxing. I mean, a considerable amount of money betting on boxing.
Yeah, because the secret hasn't come out yet.
Well,
for some fucking reason, boxing is still yet to come out and say, "Oh, it's a work." It's always been.
Yeah, I mean,
because people would lose their minds.
People would lose their minds. I mean, it's even considered an Olympic sport. And okay, people, that listen to our show, which I appreciate, but listen here, guys. Just like in wrestling, and I've been wanting to say this for a long time, just like in wrestling, no person within their right mind is going to stand there and punch the shit out of somebody else for shits and giggles. Okay? It's not going to happen. I don't care what people say. That's my opinion, but I'm right. Thank you, Jim Cornette. But boxing is very, very fake. It always has been. And it's like, okay, you want to believe boxing's real? Okay, that's fine. But if you believe that, I've got some beachfront property in Arizona. I want to sell you. So.
I don't think all of it's fake. I think it's most of like the upper card, like the big name, the big name matches, the ones where like you have the top guys.
Yeah, like Ali and yeah.
I think they've been rigging those since like probably the 60s because you know what they've had guys like like you telling me Mayweather, and you know what they handpick certain guys, like they know who's going over. It's not a surprise because when they do that, I think it's towards the end of a guy's career. He doesn't want to fight anymore. He just wants to take the big payday, and that's it. They'll slug each other, like they'll go stiff on each other to make it look real, and they'll go like 10, 12 rounds of actually like stiff punching each other. But for the most part, I don't think it's real. And this is the perfect example. You're telling me this was a real fight when the guy is punching the crap out of McGregor, still not really like laying into him. That like they didn't throw any crosses, they didn't throw any hooks, no uppercuts. Now the guy's way faster than McGregor. He could have knocked him out at any point, but because I don't know, the bookies wanted it to go past a certain amount or a certain time. They wanted to see that. Like it was most people were putting money on around the eighth round or something. Mm-hmm. The bookies ended up making a freaking fortune because everybody was betting on McGregor.
Yeah,
it was just common sense.
Yeah, and they also, a lot of people were saying that they knew that it was going to go long, and how many rounds was the fight supposed to go?
Well, the fight itself.
What was it scheduled for?
It was supposed to be 12.
Okay, 12 rounds.
That's
12 rounds
yeah,
like
that's
champion.
the kayfabe of it. It was scheduled to be 12. I was expecting to be like 2. Some people were mostly everyone was expected to be over in like within the 4th or 5th round, but it lasted 10.
Wow.
It lasted 10, and you know why people not for nothing. I love my brother-in-law, but he's a huge boxing fan. He got off of wrestling to about 20-something years ago, and I'm sitting there watching it. We're sitting there watching it, and he's like, oh man, this was definitely better than Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I'm like, yeah, that's what they want you to think. They want you to say that because Mayweather understands. Oh fuck, he probably said to himself, fuck, that fight was terrible. Let's make this let's try a little bit more here. Mm-hmm. And then, me and him just went back and forth, head-to-head, because he was convinced still, because he's done a little boxing himself. He's convinced that, no, this fight was legitimate. This actually was. You could see Conor's face. I'm like, yeah, dude, and a girl hurt another girl and fucking tore her arm out the other day in a wrestling ring in Mexico. So what's your point?
Yeah.
I mean, what's your point?
When I heard about that injury, my only thought was, man, that's a whole new kind of pain. Where she hurt her arm.
She put her in a freaking arm bar and ripped her fucking arm out.
Yeah, that was fucked up.
Now, I'd be more inclined to believe that was a legit shoot than...
That was legit shoot.
It was a shoot.
I know, but no, what I mean is, guys, I would be more inclined to believe that to be a shoot more than the Cena... Roman Reigns play shoot.
But it was.
I know, but what I mean is that's the example of an actual shoot. What's the story behind that? Did it ever come out? Did she screw her boyfriend or something? I mean, or they just don't like each other?
Look that up.
I
think it was.
I'm sure there's got to be a reason. But it is in Mexico, so.
Sexy Star, supposedly she's a huge star. She's a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
Now, Rosemary's an up and coming women's wrestler, especially in global shit over there.
Right.
And
but she's
she
not a
probably
future.
Was jealous. Yeah.
Yeah. That could be the other reason. It's just jealousy.
I think what it could be too. It could be failure to communicate. It could be there's a lot of things that could have happened. It could have been because from what I heard, a good friend of mine, who's wrestled in and out of Mexico for well over a decade. He's even wrestled in XPW and a few other promotions. He had told me that her real name is Dulce, Sexy Star, and he said that she has hurt a lot of people in the past, this is one of the first ones that was actually documented and went viral. But she's done this in the past. It's more so she has a temper. From the way he explained it, she has a bad temper, and she's like, just a lot of times just very hard to work with. When she gets really going, when she gets really like in a certain place in her mind. So I don't know. It's really could have been anything, but all I know is it looks like. And this is like so old school. It looks like she's about to get blackballed and like banned from a lot of companies because like Cody Rhodes and Road Dogg, who works for WWE, of course, and a few others are like, right. I don't want her in my locker room. I don't want to be in a locker room with her.
Yeah, and that's within good reason, you know.
Oh yeah. But it's such an old school thing. I was a little happy to see that, and because none for none, man. I'm like. I know, like, I'm probably the one, between the three of us, I am the one that watches Lucha Underground the most, and, like, but I did actually go and watch Sexy Star for a few years now, and I'm a big fan of hers, and it's a shame, because it's almost like, I don't really want to, like, write her off as a superstar, and it's harder for people that are fans of both girls, because it's like, you never want to see someone that you really, like, appreciate hurt another person that you also appreciate. You know what I mean? It sucks sometimes.
Mm-hmm. I'm watching the video right now.
Yeah, it's just screwed up. Why would you... And it's not like it's a language barrier. She was tapping the fuck out. Like,
yeah, the match is clearly over. The referee's trying his best, God bless him, to pull her off of her. And yeah. Okay, I'm not trying to defend her, but it just looks like it got a little intense. She's got the armbar applied. Well, there's another explanation. Well, maybe she's just an asshole.
You know what it could be also,
and she likes to hurt people.
You know what it could be too? I saw her do that exact spot without hurting. All right, are you, Earl, have you ever been familiar with the indie female worker cheerleader Melissa?
No, I'm not.
Alright, she's been on the indies for quite some time. She actually was the manager, Raisha Saeed, for Awesome Kong back in TNA. She goes by the name Mary Posa in Lucha Underground, and she did a match with Sexy Star about a year ago, and they had like a really like intense like Last Woman Standing or whatever, or I Quit match. It was an I Quit match actually, and Sexy Star had the same spot on her. And she was doing like the shaking motion, and they sold the fact that she broke the arm. So maybe it was like an intense thing, like an intensity thing that like Sexy Star was trying to be like this avenging baby face, get rid of the heel, because Rosemary's a heel in character, and so that's what it probably could have been too. And it was just one of those things where, oh shit, I marked out a little too bit for myself.
Well, and accidents happen.
But I have Rosemary's response on Twitter, and it's pretty good. Just put it on.
Okay, I'll read it out, but I'm gonna say though before I do, what's her face? Sexy Star is claiming that it was a work, like she was trying to like get herself like in the clear, which we all pretty much it's pretty much been confirmed. It wasn't a work. But
well, she's lying to get heat off of herself.
Absolutely. So
put it this way, even guys like, okay, you get guys like fucking Suzuki or like submission artists that like to like really hurt somebody, but even then they know the limit. They know when to cut it off. Like you don't hear about these like Japanese guys that love to shoot fight, fucking like really injuring each other. It's like they know their limits, and they know the limits of another person's arm, another person's leg, because you fuck them up. Like it's one thing to like go and and shoot on someone, like just with the intent, like let's say you do something or the person fucks you over or is just a complete asshole in the ring and you want to teach him a lesson. Like if I remember that story about Earl, do you remember Chris Masters?
Yes, of course.
All right. Remember he was doing this whole his stupid Masters gimmick with the Master Lock and everything else. So he was no selling for the and this is hilarious. He was no selling for the fucking Undertaker. The Undertaker. Still at that time in the early 2000s, still was one of the biggest fucking stars in WWE, WWF, whatever the hell you want to call it. He was no selling for him. So they were at a house show or something. So the Undertaker loses his shit and shoots on him. Starts legitimately beating the fuck out of him. Now, I understand that, but at the end of the day, when he did the shoot, he didn't end his career or possibly end his a big stint of his career or damage his livelihood, because when you shoot on somebody to like dislocate their arm or injure them in any way other than like slapping the shit out of them, then it's a fucking problem. If Sexy Star got up and gave her a couple quick stiff jabs to the face, it would have been fine.
Well,
when you dislocate an arm, it's a completely different matter.
Well, I'm going to ask this, just hypothetically speaking, what if Rosemary actually did a move or whatever to where she almost put Sexy Star's life in jeopardy? What if it was a situation where it was like, okay, she did this and Sexy Star's giving a receipt? That, I feel like, then it's kind of justified. Almost. I mean, to hurt someone for real is never a good thing. It never is. Unless they're actually trying to hurt you for real. Like,
I think a lot of wrestlers forget the main rule of wrestling. It's a work.
Obviously.
It's a work.
But
obviously, you're not supposed to hurt the fucking person.
But
and a lot of wrestlers don't understand that.
In a way,
wrestlers go out their way.
But in a way, I do believe in receipts. I believe receipts should definitely be
listen.
out.
And when I was a kid, we in the business we called it getting potatoed, or getting tatered. Yeah. And I can tell you I've been tatered more than once. And if you get a tater, expect one back. And but it also, and this is something that I want to say because this is true. It goes to the whole tater thing goes to the old rhyme: 1 potato, 2 potato, 3 potato. If you do it more than 3 times, then you are legitimately trying to hurt someone, and that's how you get fucked up. 1 or 2 times, it is what it is. Accidents happen, shit happens. You shake it off and you keep going. But you just give them a little receipt and call it the end of the day. 1 potato, 2 potato. But if the person taters you more than 3 times, that is something that needs to be addressed. That is something that needs to be talked about. Backstage, not only between the boys, but also with the promoter and the booker to try and resolve the issue. Because it's supposed to be a work. It's supposed to be fun. It's not supposed to be this person's trying to kill me. Why? Jealousy falls into it a lot. Jealousy falls into it a lot because the person will feel that their spot's being threatened or that this person hasn't gotten a spot. Why, blah, blah, blah. And of course, most of the guys are divas anyway, so, and they've got to have their way. And it sucks because that's not the point of it. Some guys get over, some guys are supposed to be the under guy. It happens. Speaking back to Chris Masters, he was a dick from the beginning. I remember him talking shit to Flair on television. Telling Flair to watch and he might learn something. And you can tell by the way that he said it, he actually meant what he said. And then it came out later on that he did mean what he said, talking to Ric Flair. And for him to no sell for the Undertaker, that's just taking your life in your own hands.
Yeah. Oof.
You're kind of asking
that's
for
a
it.
legitimate reason to get a receipt. You know, that's a legitimate reason to get fucking shot on. You know, you're not selling. You're making the other person look stupid. I can understand that. If you're in a match, see, this is the problem with the Sexy Star thing. If you're in a match and you're at the finish and you've worked a decent match with the person, why are you trying to hurt them?
Right.
There's no reason to hurt them. Why are you doing it other than you're a fucking idiot or fucking asshole? And if you read the Rosemary her Twitter, it's like she's legitimately pissed off about why what reason was there to try to injure me, and she did. When you injure someone. And it's not like that you're trying to just, and you're just trying to, go a little bit stiff with somebody or go work stronger with a person. You're going out of your way to take away this person's livelihood, and you know what? It doesn't make any sense. Sexy Stars in those promotions in AAA and Global Force, she's one of the top fucking baby faces. What was the point?
Right. Well, I mean, it's a situation here where it's. I mean, I am gonna say this just because I do think I want to watch the whole match just to see if there was anything else that happened in there that if there was a reason why Sexy would think, oh, I'm gonna give her a receipt. I'm curious to see what exactly, because I feel like this whole situation's not over. I feel like there's still gonna be more things that we could hear about this, but that's all depending on it's all on Sexy Star's plate right now. On
really
basically, on basically, because all that she said is that she pretty much she pretty much said, oh, it was a work, but she hasn't said anything else. So she was trying to cover her ass. She wasn't saying anything.
Do you want me to read the Rosemary response?
I could read it.
All right.
Let's see. Now, Rosemary reads, and I quote, "Let me make this perfectly clear. If you take liberties with someone's body when they are giving it to you and trusting you to keep them safe, you are not tough, you're an asshole, and you don't belong in this business." Sexy Star tried to do just that this weekend at Triple Mania. And while I have remained quiet on social media until I was more calm to address the situation, I am now being informed that she is telling people that it's work. You are all being informed now that Sexy Star is a liar. She's a liar in the locker room when she was forced to apologize instead of... The forced to apologize and instead cooked up some bullshit excuse that she didn't know, and she's a liar now. If you're twerking on someone's arm, an armbar is real and a dangerous hold. The only reason your face is not broken right now is because a little voice in my head as I lay on the apron kept repeating, "Don't go into Mexican prison." And in parentheses she writes, "Thanks, demon." However, turning to positives, the outreach from the wrestling community has been incredible. I am overwhelmed with how much love I feel right now from friends, fans, and people I have met in this amazing business. We are a family and we protect our own. If you violate that, you are not welcome here. I also want to thank the AAA locker room. Multiple people came up to me saying how sorry and disgusted they were. Thank you, Hamada and Shani, who also had to deal with bullshit from Sexy Star during that match. Thank you, Vampiro, for professionally trying to calm a vital situation. Though, as you know, once the excuses start pouring out of Sexy Star's mouth in lieu of apology, it was over. Thank you for the amazing GFW locker room, both present that night and not. I have so much support from everyone, and talent, crew, and office have reached out to show me that. You know what I will say? I do think that give it about a year or two, she will be in NXT.
Probably. She's talented enough.
And she's young. Give it about a year or two. She's gonna get in there with that gimmick, and she's gonna get over. Because nobody's doing that right now.
Well, that's good though. You know, if that's what, you know, if that's what can happen, go for it. I don't know. It's just one of those things. You know, now, I was thinking of something else while you guys were talking about it. You know, there's also the thing that happens. Not this is I'm off of the girls, but what I'm talking about is, you know, I've been in the ring with a lot of my friends, and when you're in when you're in there with your friends, you know the limits that they're gonna have. You know, like you know how far you can take things. You know, and you can be a little stiffer, you can be a little rougher because you're in there with your buddy and you know that you're really not trying to hurt each other. You're just in there trying, you know, you're just in there having fun, you know, and that does happen. You know, you can get in there with your friend and beat the living fuck out of each other and still have a good show, still have a good match, you know, and laugh about it later, you know. Right. But that notwithstanding, I mean, you could tell these two people probably before they even got in the ring. I'm not sure if they liked each other or not. I don't know if they knew each other or not. But that's not really the point. You know, the point is, you know, there's a time and place for everything, and for why she would go out there and legitimately try to hurt someone. You know, it could be an ego thing. It could be like we were talking about. You know, the heat of the moment thing. I mean, there's a million excuses. You know, but the point is, you shouldn't be that rough to begin with. You know, there's some people that work stiff, you know, it is what it is, but does she have a history of working stiff? I mean, this person, because the way you guys were saying it, it sounds like she does.
According to my friend, I'll just say his name is his ring name is Sangri. I'm not going to say his real name.
Oh, yeah, yes, yeah.
Yeah, you know Sangri. So
I know Sangri. Yeah.
Yeah. So he's been in locker rooms with her, and he's known a few of the people, and you know he said that she has a history of this. It's just this is more documented now. Yeah. You know, and and like I said, it's a shame. As a fan of hers, it's a shame, and it's a shame that like I look at her now, and it's like she goes from looking like an avenging babyface to somebody now that's. I hate to say it, a villain, but not in a kayfabe way, in a shoot way. She looks like
shoot way.
Yeah, she fucking tarnished her fucking character. And will she get work again? Who knows? I doubt it.
Yeah, that's the next thing. Like, will she get another chance? Probably not. She may have just right and properly screwed the pooch.
She's gonna have to really come. She's gonna work her ass off to come back from this big time, and I mean big time. And it's just, and you know, and the one thing too, it's like she's not like this. She's not a fucking rookie. She's been in the business over a decade.
Wow.
And she's in her mid-30s as well. So she's just about a veteran. So she should fucking know better.
I feel like Mickey James just like going out and like breaking Sasha Banks' arm.
Or Natalya.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't make any goddamn sense.
Not even a little bit.
You know what? She's gonna be when and if she gets booked again, she's not gonna be booked well. She's gonna be fucking jobber, and then she's gonna end up breaking somebody else's arm. So they might as well not even fucking book her anymore, to be honest.
I wouldn't. I would, and I've been a booker. Looking at it as a booker, I would not feel comfortable having her in my locker room. I would be more concerned about my other employees and their safety, because if I do book her, I am going to book her to go on to lose, and I am going to have her put somebody else over. And if she took a liberty with someone that, you know, I care about more than her, someone that's going to be someone who always comes to my shows, always works at my shows, then yeah, I mean, I'm going to be pissed.
Yep.
So yeah, I wouldn't use her. No way.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I feel like we got as much as we could out of this. But our next thing I want to bring up, I know it's not something that really not a lot of people have even seen or talked about. But
oh, you mean the girls who can actually work?
No. Dory Funk Jr. is still wrestling, guys.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
The dinosaur lives.
We went from an injury to an injury that's still walking around.
Pretty much.
Yeah, all right. I'm looking now. Yeah, that video actually was from this year because it said in that video that he was 76, and right now he is currently 76. So.
Wow. Yeah, this guy could still stretch Goldberg. So.
Are you know,
hey,
did you watch the video?
No, I was afraid to because I just knew that it was going to be horrible.
Well, I mean,
so
if it makes sense,
who's he in there with? I mean,
his partner was Hiro Saito, who's still in great shape. I don't know who the other guy was on the opposite side, but he was teaming with Great Kabuki.
Oh wow!
And Kabuki is still fucking selling great at 64.
Okay.
Yeah, so he was, if anything, he was, whoever booked this, I mean, not for nothing, if Dory wants to still be in there, he should have gone in there, done an eye poke, done a fucking airplane spin, do the spinning told, whatever, but this guy was, like, taking up 2 or 3 minutes in the ring, and they go to do a fucking, a leg takedown, and, it's just horribly fucking choreographed.
Oh no!
Like Kabuki goes to take the bump and he feeds Dory the leg, and by the time he gets the foot is up in the air, and by the time Dory goes to reach for the leg, Kabuki's already been on the mat for already 5 seconds.
What about he puts him into what? Put him into an ankle lock and what was it? One of them gets out, tries to get out, and he punches Dory in the head, and Dory no sells it, and he keeps punching him in the head, and Dory doesn't understand that he's getting hit, so he keeps the hold on. So the guy has to, because he's going to be counted out because the referee's still counting because he's in the middle of the ring. So he has to go back out onto the apron, come back out again, and kick Dory to get him off.
Wow. It's like, get this motherfucker off me!
It was sad, man.
Poor guy.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
But I think Vern Gagne with Alzheimer's was a better worker.
Damn.
Did you ever hear about that story?
What's that?
Did you hear about Vern Gagne when he was in the nursing home?
Oh, where he killed the person? Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember hearing about that. Like the day after it happened.
Did you hear what he actually did to the guy?
Yes, it makes you wonder. Okay, why would the guy get that close to him to begin with?
He fucking gorilla pressed him.
Gorilla pressed the poor bastard. And I'm just like, man, that's just sad because, you could tell that could have been anybody. You know, that was just Vern Gagne just saying the hell with it and grabbing somebody. You know.
Yep.
Oh man.
One of those things, man. You just gotta be careful. But fucking, all right. Okay. So does Braun Strowman just want to throw away his career? Period.
No. This ain't on Braun. This is not Braun. Braun doesn't want him.
Oh, good. Well, there you go. At least he's a little smart.
No, the guy's really smart. You just have no faith. No, it's Hogan. It's Hogan that wants it. It's Hogan that has the urge to manage Braun Strowman because Hogan wants to do anything.
Right. He just wants to get back into it so badly that he's like, well, I can manage somebody, brother. No, you can't.
He can't even manage himself. He can't even watch what he says. What is he gonna? How is he? How the fuck is he gonna cut a promo for Braun Strowman?
Yeah, and you know that's what I mean, and you know that's what it is. He wants to get out there. He wants to talk. He wants to still do his Hulk Hogan thing. He doesn't know how to be a manager. He wouldn't know how to be a manager. Period. He just doesn't know, and it's one of those things where, no, it takes a little bit to become a manager. You know, he's beaten up managers. Yeah, he's never been a manager.
Yeah, because he's not gonna get himself. Because he's gonna get himself over, not Braun.
Right. Exactly. He's not. He'll be out there for himself. He won't out there. He will not be out there to get his guy over, and that's what a manager's job is. Plus, that's kind of the reason why managers are non-existent anymore. You know, there's a few, but not many. You know, they certainly don't have stables like they used to. You know, the Heenan family, the Jimmy Hart's. Well, I think they called them the first family on the Indies, but they never called them anything in the WWE.
Right.
They were just led to the ring by Jimmy Hart. But you know, Slick was another one. Some of the great managers of the past, you know, the Grand Wizard, you know, those guys. But fuck a duck, man. I don't know. That would really irritate me to no end.
It would irritate a lot of people. I mean, you know, if you're gonna give Braun in my opinion, I think Braun Strowman's okay on his own. He doesn't need. He's a big motherfucker that wants to fucking hurt people, and that wants to fucking, and he wants to be a prize fighter. He wants to be, you know, in that, you know, I'm the shit right now. I'm the guy that's gonna fucking hurt all the people that you either are your heroes, and I'm gonna make you a believer, and I'm gonna be your fucking hero because I'm the fucking monster. That's his character. He doesn't need necessarily. And usually guys who can't really talk need fucking.
But the thing is, he can talk, and he doesn't have like a goofy. Like, you know how like Brock Lesnar has like the goofy fucking like white Mike Tyson voice.
Brock Lesnar. You guys gotta help me out here. You know the movie 40-year-old version, the old lady that worked in that store.
Oh yes.
She has a deeper voice than Brock Lesnar.
Oh yeah.
Brock Lesnar sounds like a 55-year-old dyke lesbian.
Oh, I still remember his promo. He's like, "Give me Goldberg!"
Yeah. Well, no, one of my favorites was when he just stares into the camera backstage and he says, "Paul, say something stupid."
Yeah. Shut up, Paul. Now listen here. My name is Brock Lesnar, and I'm a big bad wrestler. There was a time I jumped off the rope and almost killed myself. Remember, Kurt? Good times. Meanwhile, I'm married to a rat that's fucked everybody and had shit put in her bag. That was fun. And now I managed by Paul Heyman, and yeah, I'm Brock Lesnar. You know. Sorry. Yeah, but that's about right. You know, he sounds
like a white Mike Tyson.
He does. He really does. This is ludicrous.
Hi guys, I'm Brock Lesnar, and yeah, I'm gonna hurt you, and I'm gonna hurt Roman Reigns, and I'm gonna hurt Braun Strowman and Samoa Joe. Yeah, I'm Brock Lesnar. Yeah, I'm Brock Lesnar.
That was me. I ended the streak. Remember the streak? Yeah, I ended that.
Yeah, and then you got Braun Strowman. It sounds like he fucking swallowed thumbtacks.
Yeah, and a guy that wants to train and say his prayers wants to be my manager. I don't think so.
One of the promos that like convinced me that Braun was a fucking badass was when he was in the Wyatt family, and like they're all doing their promos, and he just stares, smiling at the camera with his eyes sticking out, and he goes, I caught a snake once. I took it, and I drained its insides. And then I'm like, all right.
That's when you're like, okay, and moving right along. You know.
And meanwhile, he had the eyes that he looked like he did 12 years in the pen.
Oh wow, yeah.
See now, but that's why that guy. Honestly, like they're building him and Brock. This guy needs to fucking go over. Talk about a guy that looks like he could actually kick your shit in and sounds like he could kick your shit in.
Yep.
No, but the great thing about the guy too, he can actually, like, when you have him on like a podcast or something, or just like as a shoot, he's like one of the most insightful people in the wrestling business right now. Like he can actually have a fun story. Like well, remember that time? What was that? He was hanging out with the club.
Yeah, it was him,
Gallows and Anderson.
Yeah, it was like him, Jericho, and Gallows and Anderson, and they're all like just shooting the shit, and they're all like
they were all drunk at the time too.
Yeah, they're all drunk, and they're just shooting the shit and telling like good stories, and he comes off in character as a badass, but in reality he comes off as like a fun guy. By the way, I found that promo I'm talking about. It's only like 50 seconds. All right.
Bray Wyatt saved me.
All right, that's Luke Harper talking.
To learn from my mistakes.
Here he is.
I caught a snake once. I skinned it and drank its blood. It's in a better place now.
Wow.
And then this big motherfucker saying that, and you're like, oh shit. What does that have to do with anything? But that's like the most terrifying things anyone said on like WWE television in a while. Oh my god.
Yeah, and if like I gotta show you like the face he made while he said it. He did it with conviction.
It's one of those where you can tell he believed what he was saying.
Well, isn't that what you need? Don't you need to believe in your own bullshit sometimes in wrestling?
You really do. You really do.
Like back in the day, they needed to tone it down. Nowadays, they gotta fucking amp it up.
Yeah, they do. Big time. Good lord. that looks like he fucked the snake.
No, that looks like he's using the snake as a condom.
Yeah.
That's what he meant by it's in a better place.
It's in a much better place.
Yep.
Wow.
Man, yeah. But speaking from one crazy guy to another, Marty Janetty. This came out recently. Earls, have you heard about what's going on with Marty Janetty?
No, well, before we get into this, can I just say this about Marty Janetty? It's gospel that he's batshit crazy. So whatever this is, I've got to hear this. Do you guys remember a few years? It's funny you should bring him up. I was actually just on the road with Joey Austin this weekend. And this last weekend, we did a convention together. I had a convention, and he and I got to hang out, and we went to the show together. But on the way up, we always talk about wrestling and the old days and this, that, and the other. But we were discussing the whole thing where some of the guys who just lose their shit and just can't stop laughing in the ring. Do you guys remember when Vince tried to make Marty join the Kiss My Ass Club?
And he just cracked up the whole time.
Marty couldn't stop laughing, yeah. So it's just like, it's really not a surprise that this guy is doing something nuts, because that's just the way he is. So, Yeah, let me. Yeah, what's?
I'm gonna read it out for you.
Read his transcript.
Oh dear, sweet Jesus! No, I didn't. I did not hear. Oh, that's just gross.
This is what he says.
Oh
If you
man!
love me as much as I loves you, you will give your opinion. Just did DNA 2 weeks ago. She's not my daughter. We both held out of sex because you don't do that. But now we ain't. From a guy's side, she's fucking hot, but she's been daughter. I want to.
She's been daughter.
I can't get past that.
She's been daughter.
Oh.
Hey, well, you know, I cut your losses and walk away.
And you thought Shawn Michaels was a mess. Oh, shit.
That's just nasty, baby. Damn.
The guy was cool, you know, when I met him a few times, but I mean, you know, Jesus, dude. Yeah, I think you took too many fucking neck plexes back in your day.
I think the super kick. I think the super kick at the end was the thing that set it off.
I think him trying to escape in the words of Bobby Heenan, I think him trying to escape through the barbershop window is what caused this.
No. Yeah, it's probably that. I don't know. Why the hell, if you have any inkling of that actually being the truth, why would you even after that? That's ugh.
Even if you don't, even if she's not, it's still, there's too much into it now. Now you just have to yeah, like you said, just walk away. I mean, yeah, she's cute and all, but it ain't worth this.
She's cute from a perspective of she's not any of our daughters or relatives or anything. She's cute from a guy's side on the outside. If you are, I don't care if it's blood related, not blood related.
Yeah.
I don't care if you found this girl. If you're, think about this for a second. If you're a parent, right, and you adopted a kid, and at like a young age, and you parented them for fucking 2 to 3 decades, that you're pretty much their dad or mother. You're pretty much their parent. It doesn't matter. It's the parent.
Family doesn't start or end with blood.
Yes, family goes from the affection given, from the emotion had. It's not fucking, oh, well, you know, we're not blood related, so that means, you know, everything's okay. No, it just means that if you were to some reason knock this fucking idiot up, that your kid's not going to come out deformed or whatever. It basically means that there's no bloodline being shared here. But it still doesn't matter because there's still the fucking idea that it's disgusting because although it's not directly incest, it's still fucking stupid because you raised them. You're still the parent. He is still her father regardless, blood related or not.
That's just, ew. God, that's nasty.
Why would you even do the DNA test?
Yeah, I mean, why did this...
that? Obviously, like, it's still you had incestuous thoughts in your head. That's why you did the fucking DNA test.
Yeah, it's like, you sick fuck, you still had this in your mind to, well, let me see if I really will go to hell if I do this. You're still gonna go to hell, you sick bastard. You know?
And how old is Marty Janetty anyway? Is he?
He's in his late 50s.
Late 50s?
Yeah.
Okay, according to Wiki, he's 57. Well...
Okay.
I mean, he's...
So what does he go up to all his daughters and he like grabs them and like you know, like gets them into a lock and then says, "Quick, take your panties off."
Right. wait a minute. Are you sure?
Eric knows the inside joke there.
The inside joke of that. The inside joke of that is when around the 3rd or 4th time we met Marty. Marty hugged my dad. And he goes to my dad because he knows my dad was in the business. And as they hug him, he goes, "Okay, quick, Rick, go into the belly suplex."
Oh wow.
So yeah, he I should have put 2 and 2 together then. Like, oh man, the guy's not just fucking around; he's actually nuts.
Yeah. You know,
I've heard some shit.
Good thing your dad didn't give him the belly-to-belly suplex. He probably would have tried to mount him afterwards.
Right?
He's like, "Oh, you're not blood related."
I took the DNA test.
Well, to be fair though, he is from the South. I mean, he is from Georgia, so you know, maybe down there it's just not a big thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point. Good point.
You know how it is down there, the Georgia. Anyway, of course, I live in West Virginia. There isn't much difference.
It's kind of the same thing there.
It really is. It very, very, very much is. You know, there was a big controversy here. God, let's see, Jack's 12, so probably going back about 12 years. Maybe a little less, but there was a T-shirt that was made, that was sold only in the local flea markets. But it said, the T-shirt read, "It's all relative in West Virginia." And people, which, I mean, to their credit, I was very proud of the West Virginians to realize they were being insulted. Because a lot of times you can insult somebody from West Virginia and they don't even realize it. But apparently somebody who was educated said, "Hey, that ain't right," and they decided to raise a stink over it, and the shirts were forced to be pulled. This went all the way to Congress, to West Virginia's state Congress. The governor got involved. I mean, senators were involved. People were getting pissed off. They were writing letters. It got kind of shitty. It got kind of shitty.
They can't ban his shirt.
Well, they did.
They banned his shirt.
They banned it. They banned it. They made anyone who was selling the shirt stop selling the shirts. They were threatened with legal action if they continued to sell the shirts. They can't
against the constitutional,
Well, they can't stop you from wearing it, but they can stop you from buying it, because they stop people from selling it. So, oh yeah, that was a thing. That really was, and that was my argument too, Pat. I was just like, well, this still is America, right? I mean, that was my thought process.
So, but them Yankees can't make fun of a cousin fucking.
Right, exactly. So
damn Yankees don't understand them cousins really sexy with her no teeth.
Oh my God, man! You're talking about now you're talking about Miss Upshur County up in Buchanan, West Virginia. Good Lord. Ugh, Jesus. Well, I told a joke this weekend, and believe it or not, it got a really good response. What do you call a virgin in West Virginia, Pat?
I don't know.
That's the 9-year-old girl who cannot run all 12 of her brothers.
Oh God.
Oh shit.
Oh
yeah.
Oh, that's wrong.
That's Marty Janetty's family line.
Yes.
I actually looked it up. That's sick. I looked it up. I forgot to mention it. I was looking up about him. They did research on him after he said that. They said apparently, when he was a kid, like around like 11, 12, he was fucking. He basically was statutory raped by like a niece or something.
Wait, he what?
Because he was like molested, or he lost his virginity when he was like 9 or like 10 or 11 or something, to like a cousin or like a one of his relatives.
Oh wow.
He fucked up.
Well, so then it sounds to me, and I'm not trying to defend him. I'm not, but it sounds to me like in his mind that kind of thing isn't bad.
Would be.
You know,
Probably.
and you know, that kind of thing is just how you show. Okay, so let's talk about something else because this is getting gross.
Well, hey, Earls, I see your joke before, and I raise you this. What do you call? What do you call a German version?
Oh Lord, what?
Guten Tag.
Well, you know what happens if you fuck around in Russia, you get that Russian venereal disease, rot your cock off. When I first heard that, I thought that was really cute. Oh my goodness! But oh jeez, could you imagine that, man? You get intimate with someone and you guys are really getting hot and heavy, and all of a sudden it turns out, fuck, you're related.
No, it only happens to Marty Janetty.
Well, I was gonna say in Marty Janetty's case, he just shrugs and keeps on pumping. He don't care.
Well, you know what that was? You know what the funny thing about that was? That actually, I think that happened on like a Game of Thrones episode.
From what I hear, that happens a lot on Game of Thrones. Yet another reason for me never to watch that shit.
I never got into Game of Thrones, and people keep asking me to. I have a problem where if I watch a show, I get heavily into it, and that's just something where it's like, do I want to add something else?
Proof there.
What, Pat?
I have the proof there because now whenever you say Pickle Rick, he kind of flips out.
Yeah, yeah. I got into the show now, Rick and Morty. I finally got into that.
Which
I've heard of it.
Watch it so you can make the art for it.
Well, you know, I tell people, you know, especially when it comes to Game of Thrones, people are like, oh, hey, you need to watch Game of Thrones, you need to watch Game of Thrones. I tell them the same thing, which is not a lie, it's the absolute truth. I have so many fandoms now that I watch on television, I don't have room for anything else. You know, I've watched enough as it is. I watch too much as it is. You know, and so they're like, and people understand that, and then they leave me alone. But what I'm saying is, it's just like, damn, dude, you know, I watch enough as it is, bro. You know,
I got shows I never even fucking continued. Like I got into the Ballers that The Rock is in. I've only seen maybe 3 episodes of this season. There's this show on USA called Shooter. That's really cool. The show, I don't know if you've heard of it yet. It's on USA. Basically,
yeah, Ryan Phillippe's in it. It's from the Mark Wahlberg movie.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I know about it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good show. They're already on the 2nd season. I haven't seen any of that on the 2nd season.
Right.
I still need to fucking watch 2 more episodes of the Defenders. I haven't watched any Jessica Jones, any Iron Fist. Well, other than one episode.
Well, I mean,
that
you
is.
kind of skipped Iron Fist. That kind of.
Yeah, you're gonna. What is it? I loved Iron Fist.
Iron Fist sucked ass, dude.
No, Iron Fist was one of the better ones in my opinion.
What?
Yeah, seriously, I couldn't get into Jessica Jones. I didn't really care about her. Luke Cage was good. I love Daredevil.
Daredevil was the best.
Daredevil's just awesome.
Wow, I've yet to hear anyone say Iron Fist was good.
I loved Iron Fist. Well, it's also because I really like the character too. I'm a big fan of the Iron Fist character. So I mean, I get a lot of why people don't like it. But it's you know, give it a chance. It's not bad.
The martial arts in that show were so bad. Like in the other show, like all the other shows, like the fight choreography is actually pretty good.
All that and the chick that's in it's pretty hot too. So the one who plays.
Is it you like Kung Fu guy who can't actually do Kung Fu?
Oh
yeah.
Well, you know, it's funny.
Did you have your little Ricky Steamboat adventures with him?
No, hell no.
Hey,
what's funny though? That both of those actors, the one who plays Danny Rand, and the girl who plays Colleen Wing, they were both on Game of Thrones.
Okay.
That's how they became famous. They were both on Game of Thrones.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, both actors. That's how they got their start. And it's like, wow, that's pretty funny to look at someone who's like, holy shit, these people have been somewhere else, and look how over they are, you know. And on the Defenders, I don't know, it makes better sense on the Defenders because you know what they're doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like they're all of them are already established. Jessica Jones is already established. You know what she's about. You know what Danny Rand's about. They're all trying to fight the Hand, and all that stuff. So I'm not going to spoil it because I know Eric hasn't finished seeing it, but it's really good.
Oh yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, hey, we mentioned Steamboat. They confirmed today he's in the new game again.
Oh, they put him in the game again?
Yeah, for like I think was it like the third or fourth game in a row.
Wow. That's just that's great, and I'm glad that they do that. It's just that more and more people are gonna not know who he is, along with other old time wrestlers. Just be like, who are these old guys?
I agree with
and
you.
It's
like,
yeah,
dude, you know what shocked me today? All right, I'm gonna think of a legend. Think of a tag team wrestler who became a somewhat of a successful mid card guy into like the early '90s. That you would think would make it. That, like, okay, I could see him making sense being in a game in 2017. Just think of a former tag team guy that became somewhat of a mid-card guy, and you're like, okay, he makes sense to be in there.
The Warlord?
Well, no, like, if people see it or hear the name, they're like, oh, I know who that is.
Well, yeah, okay, Barbarian, Warlord, Crush...
Do you really think people would know who they are? Quite honestly, as much as I would be okay with that, I'm talking about like.
I'm talking about. Well, I'm just thinking wrestling fans would know them, but.
Okay. All right. Fine.
Just give it to me because I'm probably gonna end up saying the wrong name. So go ahead.
They actually put in Rick Martel.
Oh, okay.
Not that I have a problem with that, but I'm like, really, like that's an interesting choice.
That is an interesting choice. I mean, because he had that moderate success as the model.
And when are they going to put in the Nasty Boys?
Yeah, now that's a good question.
Oh, you mean your cousin Brian Knobbs, Pat?
I'll look that picture up. You fuck. Don't test me.
Are you guys related or something, or what's
no, I'm not actually related. You're just fucking around. You fucking Mark.
Well, hey, I don't know. What the fuck? I mean,
Breaking news, everybody! Brian Knobbs is actually related to Bonesaw.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll just start telling everyone you're related to freaking to Earthquake.
What do you want to take? What do you want to take the DNA test?
Oh my god!
Are you trying to fuck him? Are you trying to fuck him?
You are not the cousin.
Pat will be like, all right.
You guys are gonna be on Mari. You are not the cousin.
Oh my god! Can DNA even test that?
I don't know.
Yeah, who the fuck knows, dude?
All that crazy bullshit. Who gives a shit? Well, second of all, yeah. First of all, who gives a shit? And second of all, who would claim to be related to Brian Knobbs? That wasn't. You know what I mean? So.
New Jack.
New Jack's all fucked up, so he can be related to anybody.
He's like, I'm related to him only if I can hide my knobs in your asshole.
Yeah, exactly.
I am amazed that I actually made it out alive at 8 years old in the ring with New Jack.
You're one of the few.
Are you sure? Are you sure? Maybe you died and like this is just like your dying dream, like it's in
yeah. This is your hell.
And if it's the case, holy shit, I've been in a long coma.
Telling you, man. This is what happens when you die.
Man, like fuck, like I'm like 4.5 years away from being 30, and like I've been in a coma since I was 8 because of New Jack. Damn.
No, that would be amazing. Like he's still 8 years old, and this is like his horrible dream. Like
yeah.
WWE's gotten like gradually worse over the years.
Yeah, like Vince died in a horrible car accident or something. No, there you go. The fucking car really blew up.
No, imagine I wake up. What'd I miss? Oh, I had this dream about Vince faking his death. No, that actually happened.
No, that happened.
Oh, no. He went to sleep in 98. It's like he wakes up and WCW is around and WWE isn't.
There you go, yeah. Yeah. Bischoff won the wars, you know.
Hey, that's on Earth 5. Please take me there.
Yeah. Meanwhile, what's his name? President Bruce Wayne is telling the country that Donald Trump really is the devil. That's on Earth 5.
I'm not the devil. I'm just I like the heat. I like it. These are not horns. These are not horns. These are just part of my hair. It's hair extensions.
They hold my hair up. Okay, it's good. It's great. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah. Also on Earth 5, Hitler probably cured cancer.
Right? Yeah. Yeah. He wasn't the bad guy.
Oh, we're going for some heat here now.
I'm telling you, Jesus Christ. Osama bin Laden is the guy who cures AIDS. Yeah.
Oh no.
But no matter what Earth we're on, Kim Jong-un is still yucky. Justin Bieber is a destitute she-male who likes to give head in the back of cars for 25 cents.
And Chris Benoit is still not in the Hall, and Chris Benoit will never be in the Hall of Fame.
No, never. He still killed Nancy because, well, you know, why not, but still.
Because Nancy's a bitch, in your opinion.
Dude, no, that's not my opinion, that's fact. Oh my God, I have heard some stories about her. But I was hearing them long before Benoit ever killed her.
Wait, so did Benoit? So how we're going with this? Benoit pulled a sexy star on her.
Nah, he pulled a new jack on her.
He pulled a new jack on her. Yeah.
Stab her like 40 times.
Oh,
he called
God.
her man.
He did an armbar to her neck.
She decided to get the gimmick name Mass Transit. You know.
Yeah, I had heard stories about her for a long, long time, and she was just like really bad. And it's a wonder that some of the girls back in the day didn't try to take her out, because she was like legit trying to like bury other women. She didn't like any competition, as far as she thought she was the most beautiful. And of course, when she was with Sullivan, that was when it was really bad. That's when it was really, really bad, because she'd walk around backstage in like these little skimpy outfits, whereas she wouldn't wrap up. She wouldn't try and, you know, keep herself covered up in any way. And she would walk around and she would like flaunt her shit in front of the guys and the girls. And anyone that would say anything to her, she'd run to Kevin with some kind of bullshit, make something up, and then Kevin would come up and try and start some shit with the guy and be like, hey, I didn't say anything to this woman. She's fucking nuts. So, I'd heard some really, really weird shit going on. So, I don't know. It's just, it goes back to the thing of, I don't understand why people can't just leave shit alone and let it be a work and just have fun in the business. People who take away the fun in the business destroys the business.
Yeah. Well, I gotta bring this up. So, okay. What's his face there? Superstar Billy Graham. There's supposedly a petition going around to remove him from the Hall of Fame.
Why? The whole steroids thing?
I guess just, the shit that he's just done into over the fucking course of the past couple of years. I don't know. Personally, there's a lot of reasons we could think of why he would be.
Yeah.
Or why people would want him out. But yeah, there's that, and there's also, well, this is to be expected. Donald Trump, there's a petition supposedly going around for him, and it has been since Brooklyn last week, to remove him from the Hall of Fame.
Oh, wow. Well, that's never going to happen. They'll never remove him, because there's no way Vince is ever going to let go of the fact that he's got a United States president in his Hall of Fame. So,
I do gotta say though, it's a little hypocritical for them to get rid of Hogan.
Yeah.
But they're gonna keep Donald Trump in there, and not only because Trump has said, I think, worse things than what Hogan did.
Oh, way worse. Way worse.
And yet, yay, this guy's the president. Woohoo! Hogan freaks out about his daughter dating a black guy, and out of fucking insecurity and nervousness, he says a word he's not supposed to.
Well, is Brooke even still with that guy?
Oh, come on! Isn't she married to like somebody else?
I think so.
Didn't she like get engaged to like a football player or something?
Yeah. I mean, well, I mean, and this goes back a little, and this is funny. I mean, if you actually watched, I swear I never did, but if you watched that, what's that show called that they did? Hogan
Knows Best.
That, if you watch that shit, I mean, she tried it all. Wasn't she even with a chick at some point? So
probably.
Yeah. So it's just like, why would anyone care? And yeah, Hogan said a word he shouldn't have said, but at the same time,
Hogan did the DNA test.
No, he doesn't have to. There's no denying her he couldn't deny her in the fucking dark.
No, I mean, we've seen the pictures of him like doing like the baby oil.
Well, that's her dad, man. I mean, that's completely innocent. She's got his man shoulders and his man chin. There is no way that he's not her dad. But Brooke Hogan, man, I never even found her attractive. I did like that episode of TNA. Well, it's in the clip where she trips and falls and flat on her ass. She was walking backwards, and apparently the thing came up behind her and tripped her. She was on the ramp.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah, it's going back a few years, but yeah, it happened. Nick Hogan ought to be in prison. For almost killing his friend in that car accident, but anyway.
Yeah. Well, oh boy, fucking Hogan family.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see what else we got here. So Asuka vacates the NXT Women's title, and she's gonna be out a couple weeks with a collarbone injury. And she'll be on either Raw or SmackDown in the next month or two.
Man, could you imagine that kind of... I can only imagine the kind of pain that would come from breaking your collarbone. I mean, that would be almost unbearable.
Oh, yeah. I could imagine. Well, I think she fractured it. I don't think it's a full-on break, but,
Oh, all right.
So you know what they're doing and I think your dad had a great point where it was if they're doing the Mae Young tournament, they might as well just crown whoever the winner is as like the new NXT champion.
I said that actually.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, that was me that said that. Yeah, no. Yeah, because now that they have the NXT title off of Asuka and the belt's vacated, so yeah. I think that they should just give the belt to the winner because I mean they put their fucking bodies through fucking who knows how many matches, so why not? You know what I mean?
Right.
So Earls, I'm gonna ask you this before we start wrapping it up here. Have you seen some of Asuka's work? And if so, what do you think of her?
I have not. No.
Oh well, you're
in
for a treat.
I'm on it right now.
Okay, you know what? I want to show him a video. He's gonna instantly like Asuka for this.
Okay. Thank you, Pat. I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, she
By the way,
about
I mean, I know none of us really have said anything about it, but all of us here at Kayfabe Talk Radio, I think I take this opportunity to say, for everybody out in Texas that was hit by Harvey, we do hope that
absolutely,
clean up and everything, all good wishes and vibes to you guys. We're very deeply sorry for the problems that this terrible storm has brought about. So.
Oh yeah, it's really like heartbreaking and a shame to see what the hell is going on down there. I mean, like, oof. It's just, you know.
Yeah, we haven't seen something like that bad since like Katrina in terms of like widespread damage.
Yeah, actually, you know, in I think it's like a couple weeks from now is when Katrina hit, like 12 years ago.
I mean, it's that and Superstorm Sandy. I mean, I don't think Superstorm Sandy, as far as like, I mean, mostly by the coast, but as far as that storm was, I don't think it was as, you know, as severe, because with Katrina, people lost their entire homes. People were like completely flooded. I mean, I know a lot of people that were you know, hurt by that, but I mean, in terms of sheer destruction, I think this has been one of the worst storms that we've seen in a long time, especially since we're right around 2006 when Katrina hit.
Mm-hmm.
Especially down by the the Gulf Coast. So you know, yeah.
So what was this thing you showed me? This Minoru Suzuki beats up Asuka for an uncomfortably long time. She just lay there and took a beating.
Exactly.
That's the point. He's trying to show you
God.
She fucking took a pounding from this guy. Like,
I mean, he just bless her heart. Wow.
Yeah. She can take a fucking beating from a guy who submitted a Ken Shamrock. What do you think she can do to other women?
Right, exactly.
And I hope you know they had her undefeated already for, I want to say, what's it been now? Like 300 something matches. She long passed Goldberg's record.
But, like, most of her matches are not just like squash matches. She actually has like a long.
She was in there and she works, right?
Yeah.
Right. Well, and a person like that, a girl like that, she can work. Oh, off topic. Last night I rented a movie with me and the boys and Stacy, and we watched the Batman Harley Quinn movie.
Really?
Which yes, it's a brand new animated feature by DC Animated, and oh my God, it was fantastic. Nightwing and Harley Quinn, they hook up in the movie. Basically, it's Poison Ivy is trying to turn the world into a giant plant through some kind of chemical, and because they don't know how to find her, Batman he enlists Harley Quinn to help find her, and the Joker is not in this movie. The only superheroes and supervillains you see are Batman, Nightwing, Harley Quinn, and Poison Ivy, and you see Swamp Thing for about 15 seconds.
Oh wow!
But yeah, so it was actually a really good movie, and but I just wanted to quickly say that because it was really, really good, and I wanted to talk about it real quick.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, I know we talk about geek stuff too, so. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, you know, where I do conventions and stuff, people have been messaging me a lot about a certain subject that I don't put in my books, and I want to officially announce that starting next year for sure, I'm going to be adding wrestling pictures into my mix because I'm seeing more and more wrestling cosplay. I'm seeing more and more people come out, you know, with wrestling T-shirts, especially here, you know, and some of these events, they actually bring in wrestlers. So, you know, it's something that I should have already had in my books because it just being me, but I'm gonna start doing it full time now.
Yeah, I'm surprised, you know, because I see your setup and I see like, wow, I always wondered that. I'm shocked, like you don't always have like wrestling, you know, you don't always have wrestling, you know, pictures or anything, you know. Yeah. Not. I mean, you know, do whatever you want, but you know.
No, of course not. No, so. But that's, you know, it was just brought up, and a friend of mine talked to me about it, and she was right, and so I said, you know, yeah, I will. You know, it's just one of those things that never really came up because I'm used to having people approach me for wrestling pictures as an order, not including them in my books. But now I just, well, what the hell? You know, what's the worst? What's the worst that can happen?
Right.
You know, so once you figure that out, fuck it. But anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and take it home.
All right. So, like I said, guys, I unfortunately will not be talking next week. Maybe I'll come on for a word or two, but I will be in the background recording the show. But it's gonna be the Bonesaw and Alfie show next week.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
So I'm gonna have fun, ribbing you, dude.
Oh, I just keep in mind that I love you.
Oh,
and
God.
and that we're friends.
I can't wait for you guys to be off the air one day. Oh man.
I know. Next week, I'm gonna start writing jokes about him now. I'm gonna have a whole book filled.
Yes. I can't wait.
Oh well.
Oh
my
God.
But anyway, guys. So let's get some plugs out there. We got a friend of the show, Chad Flatt.
Yes.
Pro Wrestling.
Chad is doing great. Chad is doing great. He's about to be a dad again.
Oh, congratulations to Chad.
Yes. His new baby is on the way, and she will be here soon. And they're really excited. So I wanted to plug that real quick and wish them well. Everybody's doing good. Mama's doing good. Baby sister, big sister's doing good. He's doing good. They just got the whole nursery built and everything, and he's very, very happy and excited. And he wanted me to express convey his thanks to us for always saying a shout out to him on his show and to say hello and he loves you guys. So
awesome.
Yeah.
So, yes, you could find him at thefanspodcast.com. It's the show, Pro Wrestling Weekly. Also, let's show some love to the Stro. You got Retro with the Stro, WCW podcast on VOC Nation, VOCNation.com. Also, Wrestling Soup, you could find them on iTunes and Stitcher, as well as every Thursday night on Mixlr at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8:30 Central. And we are on Facebook, facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio. Also, you can find us every, Wednesday morning on YouTube. We go live for the most part. Just type in Kayfabe Talk Radio. Please subscribe to us. We need the love. And also our Twitter. I'm on there, Eric the Red 211. You got JR Earl's Art and Mr. _Bonesaw for all your complaints and gripes of the show.
Suck my ass.
And with that, guys, keep it kayfabe.
Bye, guys.
Or don't.
For my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash.
It caught on in a flash.
He did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abode to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash.
They did the monster mash.
The monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.